Have you ever chased a dream with all your heart, only to find yourself feeling empty and unsatisfied at the end of the day? It's a strange feeling, isn't it? As if something truly meaningful is missing from your life. If you've ever felt this way, then I want you to listen closely, because this story holds a message that might just lead you toward the true happiness you've been searching for. Imagine a small, peaceful village nestled between rolling green hills and crystal-clear rivers. In this village lived a young man named Daniel. Everyone looked up to him. He was the very picture of courage, determination, and unshakable will. Whenever a challenge arose, whether it was a harsh winter or a difficult harvest, Daniel was always the first to step forward. He faced every obstacle head-on, never backing down, and always emerged victorious. The villagers admired his strength and resilience, and his name was often spoken with respect and awe. But despite all the praise and all his achievements, Daniel carried a secret sadness deep within him. It was an emptiness that no one else could see, a hollow feeling that success couldn't fill. From the outside, his life looked perfect. He had everything a young man could want: respect, admiration, and a string of accomplishments. Yet, he felt like a crucial part of his own story was missing, and this feeling grew heavier on his heart with each passing day. It was a silent burden, a quiet ache that overshadowed his every victory. Seeking answers and a sense of peace, Daniel decided to embark on a journey. He had heard tales of a wise old man named Eli, who lived a simple life in a small wooden hut on the edge of the forest. The villagers whispered that Eli's words were like a mirror, reflecting a person's true self and revealing hidden truths. They said he had a special gift for understanding the human heart. One bright morning, Daniel gathered his courage and set off to find him, hoping this wise man could shed some light on the darkness he felt inside. When Daniel finally arrived at the humble hut, he found Eli sitting calmly outside, his eyes holding a deep sense of peace and a gentle smile gracing his lips. There was an aura of tranquility around him that immediately put Daniel at ease. With a heart heavy with confusion and despair, Daniel confessed his feelings. He explained that despite working tirelessly and achieving so much, he couldn't find any lasting satisfaction or happiness. His victories felt hollow, and his life, though full, felt empty. Eli listened patiently, his gaze never wavering. He heard the pain and frustration in Daniel's voice. When Daniel finished speaking, Eli didn't offer any grand philosophical answers. Instead, he simply asked Daniel to complete a simple task. He went inside his hut and came back with an old, worn-out bucket. It was full of cracks and fissures. Eli handed it to Daniel and said, "I want you to carry water from the river to the well every day. Do this for 1 week." Daniel looked at the cracked bucket, then at the distant well, completely baffled. How could he fill a well with a bucket that could barely hold water? It seemed like a pointless, impossible task, but trusting the wise man's intentions, he agreed. The very next morning, Daniel began his work. The sun beat down on him as he walked the dusty path to the river. He filled the cracked bucket to the brim, but the journey back was a constant struggle. With every step, water trickled and gushed out of the cracks. By the time he reached the well, the bucket was nearly empty, with only a few drops left at the bottom. Day after day, he repeated this grueling process. The work was exhausting, and his frustration grew. He felt like a failure, unable to complete even this simple task. The well remained as empty as it was when he started. Yet he remembered his promise to Eli and didn't give up. After 1 long week, exhausted and utterly discouraged, Daniel returned to Eli. He stood before the wise man, his shoulders slumped in defeat. "I have failed," he admitted, his voice heavy with disappointment. "The bucket is too broken. I couldn't fill the well. All my effort was for nothing." Eli just smiled that same gentle, knowing smile. He didn't say a word. Instead, he simply gestured for Daniel to turn around and look back at the path he had walked every single day. Daniel turned, and his jaw dropped in amazement. The dry, dusty path he had trudged along was completely transformed. It was now a vibrant green trail, flanked by beautiful, colorful wildflowers. The path was alive with new growth, a stark contrast to the barren land around it. He stared in disbelief, wondering how this could be possible. Eli then walked over and stood beside him. "You see, Daniel," he said softly, "the water leaking from the cracks in the bucket gave life to this barren path. Your effort was never wasted." He continued, "True happiness doesn't come from perfectly reaching a destination, from filling the well without spilling a drop. It comes from valuing the journey itself and appreciating the impact we create along the way, often in ways we don't expect. In that single, breathtaking moment, everything clicked for Daniel. He understood. His entire life, he had been so focused on the end result, on filling the well of his ambitions, that he never stopped to look at the flowers blooming along his path. He realized that even if he didn't achieve everything he set out to do, his efforts still mattered. His struggles had meaning. Daniel returned to his village with a lighter heart and a brand new perspective. He understood that our imperfections, our cracks, don't make us weak or broken. Instead, they are the very things that allow us to create beauty and bring life to the world in ways we might not even realize. His journey wasn't about the destination after all. It was about the path he watered along the way. So if you ever feel like your efforts are in vain or that your imperfections are holding you back, remember Daniel and his cracked bucket. Look back at the path you've walked. You might be surprised to find a trail of flowers blooming in your wake, all thanks to the very struggles you thought were failures. Your journey has meaning, and you are making a difference, even when you can't see it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. See you in the next one.